Hi friends, my name is Zeenath KJ from Wings Training Solutions, and I welcome you all to placement specific fill in the blanks video. In this video, we will take up a lot of fill in the blanks questions. We will deal with the answers to each of the questions as well as the meanings of those words which are unknown to us. So let's get started. The first question what I have for all of you here is, it's a story of two men and a patch of blank armored cars. I should tell you, 90% of time, this is how your fill in the blanks questions based on vocabulary are going to look like, where all the options will be starting with a common letter. Like how you can see here, everything is starting with D, so that they can actually create more confusions in your mind. However, it's never too difficult for those candidates who have been preparing themselves and who have worked on their vocabulary. Okay, this is definitely the gambling of vocabulary, I can call it as. What are we talking about? We are talking about story of two men and a batch of blank armors. So whatever word we are going to fill the blank with has to be connected to armored cars. We have deceased, decrepit, and defeated. Friends, what is the meaning of option A, deceased? Recently passed away or recently dead. What is the meaning of second deceased? It means sick, very seriously ill. What's the meaning of decrepit? Decrepit means worn out, not in use any longer. Defeated, not victorious. So now let's use our common sense as well as presence of mind to come up with the correct answer to the question. As the word what we have to fill in the blank with has to be connected to armored cars. Can the cars be recently dead? No. Option A is eliminated. Can they be sick or ill? Seriously? No. Okay. Can they be defeated? Yes, there could be. And can they be worn out? Means which is not working any longer, means which is of no use anymore? Yes. So either C or D has to be the correct answer, right? So if the armored cars are defeated, there shouldn't be any difficulty in terms of using them in the story very effectively. So definitely, as they have created a hype in this entire sentence saying it's a story of two men and blank armored cars, so it has to be something very contradicting. So from that perspective, the answer to this question definitely has to be option C, decrepit. It means it's actually a story of two men and worn out cars which are no longer in use. So the next question what I have here is, he is blank dancer. We have option A as skilled, option B as an adept, option C an adapt, and option D as adopt, right? Now use your common sense. It definitely cannot be a skilled dancer because dancing itself is a skill, right? If you are a person who knows to dance, it means you are skilled enough to dance. Adding the word skilled to the blank provided here is not adding any value at all to the sentence. It means any of B, C, D has to be the correct answer. What is the meaning of adopt, my dear friends? Making something yours legally. Now, what is the meaning of adapt? Adapt basically means to be flexible. And what do you think is the meaning of adept? Adept means expert or a person who has profound knowledge in something. And skilled, everybody knows about it, so we'll not get into it. So definitely out of B, C, D, the only answer which can suit the context of the sentence is he's an adept dancer. When I say he's an adept dancer, he's an expert, in dancing, or he's extremely good at dancing. Like Hrithik Roshan, every time when he moves his body, you feel it's not just few parts of his body, it is his entire body which is moving, and he dances so gracefully. So Hrithik Roshan is definitely an adept dancer. The answer to this question, my dear friends, has to be option B, an adept. Let's go to the next question. With Justin's blank nature and passion for art, she would make an excellent tour guide for the museum. So, as you're talking about a person named Justin, definitely whatever the word you're planning to fill the blank with has to be a positive word indeed. Because You are talking about she being an excellent guide for the museum because of a certain positive nature. Okay. If you are a person who knows the meaning of all these words which are given in the form of options, I think it becomes very, very easy, my dear friends. If you do not know, yes, that's when the complexity level of this question increases automatically. Okay. Look at option A, volatile. Friends, volatile actually means changing rapidly day by day. Again, not in a positive manner, in a negative manner. Okay, in simple words, getting worse. So, volatile, based on the meaning what we have understood, volatile is a negative word. It means you can eliminate this option. Let's go to congenial. Congenial basically means very friendly, very friendly, pleasant, or agreeable. There is definitely a possibility that this could be the correct answer. However, do not jump into conclusions. Hold up. Servile. Friends, I learned this word in a simple manner, right? Servile basically means servant like. You're always behind pleasing people to a great extent. It's like the extreme level of pleasing people all the time. This also goes out of the picture, my dear friends, because servile is considered a negative word. You are intentionally, for a particular purpose, trying to impress people. That's not a positive feature anymore in you. So from that perspective, that also goes out. Fledgling. Friends, fledgling actually means fluctuating, or I can call it as flickering. In simple words, you could even call this as very immature. So that's the meaning of fledgling. So fledgling also again has a negative meaning. So definitely, my dear friends, the answer to this question has to be option B, congenial. With Justin's congenial nature and passion for art, she would make an excellent tour guide for the museum. Let's go to the next question. These essays are intellectually blank and represent various levels of complexity. I'm just trying to fill in the blank with my own word over here. It means this is basically, you are talking about essays which have been continually representing various levels of complexity. It's like continually. It's been happening. This is not something what happened once upon a time, what's happening right now. No, it's actually happening continuously. That's the meaning. Okay. So any word which is close to the meaning of continually, I think can be the correct answer over here. These essays are intellectually revealing. No, if they're already intellectual and they're showing the various levels of complexity, what is there to reveal anymore in that, right? Modern need not to be expressing the various levels of complexity when it comes to essays. So that also goes out of picture. Persistent, yes. Persistent basically means not giving up. You have been working on something continually. These essays are intellectually demanding. No, that's not suiting the context of the sentence. So the answer to this question has to be option C, persistent. These essays are intellectually persistent and represent various levels of complexity. Now it makes a lot of sense. Let's go to the next question. His beliefs in these principles did not blank. It means maybe his principles did not get decayed, his principles did not get inferior. So you can actually fill in the blank with your own words. All the four words which are given in the options might look quite similar to one another. So let's look at the answers first. Dither, friends, dither means fluctuate or to be indecisive. What's the meaning of waver, shiver, or quiver, or flicker? Shake, everybody knows for sure. Wither means fade away or dry out. Now think what could be the suitable word based on the context of the sentence. Okay, I think it's very easy to guess now. The answer has to be option A. As he got older, his beliefs in these principles did not wither, means did not fade away, did not dry out. Next question, what I have here says, Scientific research has now blank that a fish-rich diet can help blank depression. I think if you find out the answer to the first blank, your answer to the second blank is automatically followed by. Okay, you can use your common sense and presence of mind over here. Okay, now just start checking with the first word of each of the options. Scientific research has now established, scientific research has now confirmed, scientific research has now released, scientific research has now revealed. I think, friends, out of option A, B, C, D, revealed word is actually suiting the most to the context of the sentence. As revealed is suiting the most, definitely only option D can be the correct answer over here. You can read and check whether it is suiting or not. Scientific research has now revealed that a fish-rich diet can help accustom depression. Remember, this is one more of the story what we have to learn. When it comes to fill in the blanks, it's always the context of the sentence which decides what has to be the correct answer. Always the meaning and meaning alone. Let's not forget that. Let's go to the next one. Now the management graduate can expect to have a prosperous life on a blank income without having to tend the paternal estates. We're talking about an income which is kind of regular, which is fixed, which is like you do not have to bother about how much you're going to receive next month, right? So from that perspective, definitely the answer has to be option A, regular. Let's go to the next question, my dear friends. The earth is at present in great danger of becoming uninhabitable because of blank environmental pollution, which is going on at an incredibly rapid pace. So as we're talking about environmental pollution, it's something huge, right? I'm just doing the fill in the blanks with my words, or it's mass, something which is unexpectable and unacceptable both. So now look for a synonym for huge or mass out of ABCD. Splendid, definitely not. Gigantic, uh, you know, gigantic environmental pollution is not suiting the context. Colossal, yes, because colossal actually means huge, immense. Inhuman, the concept of pollution itself is inhuman. We are treating the nature uh, in the worst manner ever. So that's not adding any value. So the answer to this question has to be option C, colossal. Be blank and always look to the comfort of others. Be blank. Be considerate, be cautious, be considerable, be consider. So be consider, be cautious easily can be eliminated. Neither it is suiting the context nor it is fitting into the formation of the sentence over here, not making any sense at all from any perspective. Is it considerate or considerable? That question definitely we have to ask. Friends, the answer to this question has to be option A. Be a little considerate. Okay, means think from all the perspective. Not considerable, be a little considerate because this is connected to you. Okay, so that you can actually even look at the comfort of the others too. So that is actually suiting the most based on the context of the sentence. The answer to this question has to be option A. Google is one of the most popular search engines. It is blank by the internet users. Friends, Google is one of the most popular search engines. It is blank by the internet users, utilized by the internet users. Obviously, we have been using Google left, right, and center as a search engine. That's why it is the most popular search engine today. Uh, Affected, yes, could be the correct answer. Examined, no. Tested, no. So the answer to this question has to be option B, affected by the internet users. So let's go to the next question, my dear friends. It was almost impossible for him to put out of his mind the blank words which he heard from his clever father-in-law. So there are two words which are actually playing a vital role here. One is a person is trying to put something out of his mind. It means whatever the word you're trying to fill in the blank with, it has to be something definitely negative. If it would have been something very positive, I don't think it would have been very difficult to put out of his mind. So from that perspective, and we have to even keep clever father-in-law in mind. Let's see. It means any positive word cannot be the answer out of the options given. Inspiring, positive. Witty, witty is a little questionable because you can be witty in both positive and a negative manner. So I'm going to write positive and negative. Sarcastic, negative. Soothing, positive. Exhortative. Friends, exhortative basically means supportive or very friendly. So easily based on this, you can do the elimination. Option E, D, A, go out of the picture. Either it has to be witty or it has to be sarcastic. So as we're talking about clever father-in-law, you can easily guess it out over here that it cannot be something sarcastic, because if he would have been sarcastic, it would have been known to all the people present over there. But only this person understood, the rest of the people did not. That's why he was not able to put those words out of his mind. Then it has to be witty. He used humor to convey something in such a manner that, the person who was supposed to get the message got it, but the rest of the people did not even have a hint about. Okay, so the answer to this question has to be option B, witty. The next question is, although there is blank gunfire, there is no stiff resistance to the Revolutionary Army. Now, as you're talking about gunfire, my dear friends, you can do the elimination over here again. Bitter gunfire, no. Meager gunfire, meager means thin and very lean. So a gunfire cannot be meager. Continuous gunfire and sporadic gunfire. Either option C can be the correct answer or option D can be the correct answer. Look at this. Although there is blank gunfire, there is no stiff resistance to the Revolutionary Army. There is no stiff resistance. Okay? Means, if, just use your common sense, if the gunfire would have been continuous, I think the situation would have been entirely different. Okay, so it cannot be continuous gunfire. If it would have been continuous gunfire, I think this part of the sentence would have completely changed, which is not happening. So it means the answer to this question has to be sporadic. Sporadic actually has two different meanings. One meaning is scattered. Another meaning is something happening at regular intervals. I can call it as action with interval. Okay, which is not continuous for sure. It's just happening with a lot of time gap. That's the meaning. So the answer to this question has to be option D, sporadic. This is an interesting question. If you see an oasis in the blank, where do you usually see oasis? We'll talk about it. There is little chance that you would like to blank it ever. If you see an oasis in the blank, we all know oasis is usually found in the desert. And I'm sure everybody would know the difference between D-E-S-S-E-R-T, desert, and D-E-S-E-R-T, desert, right? Friends, the first desert with one S, that is single S, actually means a land with sand. What is the meaning of the other desert? Friends, this desert means anything sweet. Usually we all love to have something sweet at the end, maybe an ice cream, maybe a fruit salad, maybe a chocolate at the end of the meal, right? That is that dessert we are talking about with double S in dessert. So option C and D easily can be eliminated because it is an incorrect spelling for the incorrect word, which is supposed to be used in the blank. Now, as I've already spoken about oasis, if you see an oasis in the oasis, that is not possible. So option B is also eliminated. The answer to this question has to be option A, desert, abandon. If you see an oasis in the desert, there is little chance that you would like to abandon it forever. So let's go to the next question. It says, Rajiv failed the examination because none of his answers were blank to the questions. Now I'm trying to do the fill in the blanks with my own words. Either whatever the answers given by Rajiv to the questions are completely incorrect or maybe irrelevant. Okay, there are two possibilities over here. So based on this, you can actually do the elimination. Friends, allusive means what? To referring to something or someone indirectly. See, if you're writing an answer to a question, that cannot be indirectly connected to the questions, it has to be directly connected to the question. So from that perspective, option A is eliminated. Revealing to the question, no chance at all. Pertinent to the question, pertinent basically means connected, in other words, relevant, referential, no. So the answer to our question has to be definitely option C, pertinent. Rajiv failed in the examination because none of his answers were pertinent to the questions. Another interesting question, my dear friends. The crew was enjoying a blank lunch when suddenly a storm developed and the boat was blank in the storm in all the directions. The worst part of the story is we have two words which look so identical to each other, and even in terms of pronunciation, there is hardly any difference. So this is not going to be easy. Whenever you come across a question with two blanks, once you identify the answer to the first blank, the second answer to the second blank is usually followed by. So it's very easy according to me. What are you talking about? The crew was enjoying a blank lunch. So it means out of the options given over here, if you just scroll your eyes down, obviously it has to be buffet, what they're talking about. Buffet. Buffet, 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 where you have a big spread. When you go to a restaurant, you pay a certain amount of money, like 399 rupees per head or 499 rupees per head, or even some restaurants 999 rupees per head, and you eat how much ever you want to, however long you want to sit and eat, you can eat. If you know the correct spelling of buffet, just based on that you can easily do the elimination. Look at this, my dear friends. Buffet, 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 buffet. So option B has to be the correct answer for sure, because out of A, B, C, D, the first word which has been used as an answer to the first blank correctly is only available in B, not in any other option. All right. By the way, if you're very interested to know what is the second buffet, friends, buffet means hit by storm or wave. That's the meaning. So the answer to this question has to be option B. All right, another interesting question, my dear friends. I hope that the rain will blank for our picnic tomorrow. This question is actually based on idiom. Idioms and phrases are also kind of considered vocabulary. Okay, many times whether you have noticed this or not, when somebody uses an idiom all of a sudden in between the conversation and you do not know the meaning of that, it always can cause a lot of confusions. Maybe you might have to get into dictionary and look for the same. This also can happen when it comes to fill in the blanks in many company specific question papers, so be prepared for the same. That's why I have few questions based on idioms too. So what are you talking about? We are talking about rain. I really don't want it to rain tomorrow so that it doesn't ruin our picnic. That's the basic understanding of the sentence. Hoping not to rain. That's the meaning. So let's see what are the meanings of these options. Stay out. Friends, stay out basically means don't poke your nose into, or literally staying out of something. Don't intervene. It's like, hey, stay out. This is none of your business. Setback. Setback basically means to check the progress. Put off. Friends, put off actually has two different meanings. One is to remove, another one is to extinguish. Like how people say, put off your clothes, put off your shoes. It means remove. Okay, hey, I think we have to put off the fire immediately, means you have to extinguish the fire. As we have already known the meanings of all the three options, okay, in the form of B, C, D, definitely they are not suiting the context of the sentence, then the answer to this question has to be option A for sure. Friends, keep off is an exclusive idiom which is connected to any weather condition. Maybe when a certain weather condition, what you're predicting doesn't happen, that's when you always say keep off. Hey, the rain is kept off. I can't believe. I thought it's gonna rain cats and dogs, but the rain is kept off. Are you just trying to tell me that the storm is kept off? Means it did not happen, although the weather forecasting was letting us know that it was supposed to happen. Okay, so the answer to the question has to be option A. The next question is, when it comes to English grammar, she's certainly blank. Means now this word could be either positive or negative, because it's leaving us at that particular point that either she's extremely good at grammar or she's extremely bad at grammar. When it comes to English grammar, she can be anything. Okay, as they're using the word certainly, there is a lot of chance that the word what you have to use has to be positive. Let's see what all options we have. Gets the wrong end of the stick. Friends, gets the wrong end of the stick means understanding something incorrectly. You know, there are a lot of people, you're trying to make them understand something very significant, maybe via showing them a video or via sharing a motivational speech, or maybe by narrating a story, etc., etc. In spite of that, the person is not understanding what you want the other person to understand. So that's the meaning of gets the wrong end of the stick. Okay, understanding incorrectly. Rings a bell. Rings a bell means trying to recall something but not appropriately. Something is striking your brains, but you're not able to recall it appropriately, completely. Knows a stuff. Knows a stuff means very good at. In other words, an expert. Carries the can. Friends, carries the can actually means taking responsibility. It's time to carry your can with regard to your family. So based on the context of the sentence, it's very easy to guess for us. The answer has to be option C. That's the only thing which is matching, from every perspective. When it comes to English grammar, she certainly knows her stuff. So the answer to the question has to be option C. The last question what I have for all of you is, the soldiers were instructed to blank restraint and handle the situation peacefully. I don't know whether you know the meaning of the word restraint. Basically, restraint means you're not allowed to do anything without permission of the higher authority. In other words, controlled. So keep this in mind and let's do the elimination. Remain restraint, enforce restraint, prevent restraint, control restraint. Even enforcing restraint also cannot be possible. So exercise restraint. Either you have to remain restraint or exercise restraint and handle the situation peacefully. It means they want you to be under control and they want you to handle the situation peacefully as soldiers. That's the meaning of the sentence. So the out of A and E, the only suitable vocabulary what we have here is option A, that is exercise. The soldiers were instructed to exercise restraint and handle the situation peacefully. Now it makes a lot of sense. Friends, that's all I've got for all of you in this video. I'm going to be back very soon with another video with lots of learning. Until then, please take a great care of yourself and have an amazing time ahead. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching the video.